Our top story at 9, flames continuing to grow near Provo Canyon tonight as the range fire prompts evacuations. Thanks for joining us. I'm SCHNEE. Right now, the fire has burned at least 1,500 acres, and the firefight is just beginning. Fox 13's Spencer Joseph is live with the latest from the fire lines tonight. Spencer, what are you seeing?
Brian, you can see that ominous glow behind me headed to the top of that ridge. It hasn't quite crested that ridge behind me out of Provo Canyon, but there is one thing that fire crews are extremely worried about, and that's the wind shifts coming out of Provo Canyon. The wind definitely shifts from the east to the west at about 3 or 4 in the morning most mornings, and that could potentially push this fire towards a lot of homes, forcing early morning evacuations. So they're watching that very carefully. But I did speak with several evacuees as well as those right outside the evacuation zone preparing. They say they're worried, but they're trusting in fire crews to get a handle on this. From the very beginning,
Orem, Provo, American Fork, Pleasant Grove, Utah County.
It was an all-out attack on the range fire.
And as this goes into an extended attack, we'll start to pull units from different areas.
While fire crews were fighting,
you could see them up there right on the black hillside and their jackets moving around.
People like Taylor Dayton, who lives just outside the evacuation zone, were watching.
Well, just want to make sure my home's protected, I guess, and my neighbors' homes as well. My wife's been packing up things that if we need to be gone for.
He and his family were headed out on vacation when the fire broke out. Now they want to stay behind, just in case.
It's fall break, so a lot of people are out of town, right, out of state on vacation with their kids and families, and so I think everyone's kind of looking out for everyone else, making sure yards and homes are protected.
We're glad for our professional firefighters for being on top of this, but we anticipated the possibility of an evacuation, and here we are.
Then there's DELL Brown and his family, along with their dog Zap. They live up the canyon, and they aren't going to be sleeping at home tonight.
We're fine, and I think most of our neighbors are fine. We're not too worried about it.
The wind shifts overnight are the biggest concern.
I hope that the fire dies down with the cold weather this evening and that the crews are able to put it out.
And long-term resources are also a concern.
Everybody's been aware of what's going on in California, and they have sucked up a lot of the resources out of the western U.S.
As for those like Brown and his family, they'll be watching and waiting to see what happens in this fire late in the season.
Here we go again, but very late in the year to see this, and it's 2020, so what else should we expect, right?
Now, the Red Cross had set up an evacuation center at a nearby elementary school, and of course, fire crews are continuing to battle the flames. Even now that the sun has set, they are up on the mountainside. We've seen several fire crews go back into Provo Canyon. They will be fighting this through the night, and again, watching for those wind shifts throughout the night. Of course, we'll keep you updated on air and online, as well as our social media on Fox 13, and we'll stay out here as late as we can just to bring you the latest information. Live in Orem, Spencer Joseph, Fox 13 News, Utah.